Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Night School. If you're new here, I'm Jen, and this is where we dive deep into all things kink, non-monogamy, and relationship dynamics. Whether you're exploring kink or polyamory for the first time, or you're a seasoned veteran, there's always something new to learn. So, grab your notebooks and let's get started. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that's incredibly enriching and sometimes challenging within polyamorous and open relationships. You may have heard it in crossing, but what does it really mean? And how can we cultivate it? Let's get into it. So, what exactly is compersion? According to our resources from whatiscompersion.com, compersion is described as our wholehearted participation in the happiness of others. It's often seen as the opposite of jealousy and possessiveness. Think of it as the joy you feel when someone you love experiences pleasure or happiness, even if it doesn't directly involve you. For example, imagine your partner goes on a date with someone else and comes back home glowing with happiness. Instead of feeling envious or insecure, you genuinely feel happy that they had a good time. That is compersion. I was chatting with some friends today who were curious about compersion, and they realized that they had felt it in non-romantic contexts. For example, being genuinely happy for a friend's success or celebrating a sibling's achievements. But when it comes to romantic relationships, compersion can seem a bit more elusive. Let's say your best friend gets a promotion at work. You're excited for them, maybe even more excited than they are. You're not getting a promotion, but their happiness is enough to make your day. That's another form of compersion. Now, let's dive into the historical significance of the word compersion. The term originated with the polyamorous community in the late 20th century. It is a relatively new word coined to describe a feeling that didn't have an exact term in the English language before. Interestingly, the concept of compersion has roots in Buddhist philosophy, where the idea of sympathetic joy, or muada, represents the pleasure one feels at another person's happiness. This reflects a shift in how we think about love and relationships, moving away from possessiveness and toward a more inclusive and empathetic understanding of love. For example, in Buddhist teachings, Maltuda is one of the four immeasurables of Brahmaviharas, which are states of the mind that lead to a more compassionate and connected existence. If you're practicing Maltuda, you find joy in other people's successes and happiness without any envy or jealousy. Compersion is a similar concept, but specifically with the context of romantic and sexual relationships. Embracing compersion can bring numerous benefits to your relationships. It can enhance emotional intimacy, build trust and communication, reduce feelings of insecurity and jealousy, foster a sense of community and interconnectedness. Consider a polyamorous relationship where multiple partners are involved. When one partner sees the other partner being happy with someone else and feels joy rather than jealousy, it strengthens the bond between everyone involved. It creates a more sustainable and loving environment where everyone feels secure. Now, let's talk about how to cultivate compersion. This isn't something that happens overnight, but with some effort and practice, you can nurture this beautiful emotion. Self-awareness. Start by recognizing and acknowledging your own feelings. It's okay to feel jealousy or insecurity. By identifying these emotions, you can address them more effectively. For example, if you notice yourself feeling a twinge of jealousy when your partner talks about their date with someone else, don't ignore it. Instead, try to understand where that feeling is coming from. Is it fear of being replaced? Is it insecurity about your own value? Once you identify the root cause, you can work on it and eventually replace it with compersion. Open communication. Talk openly with your partner or partners about your feelings. Share your insecurities and fears. Honest conversations can lead to better understanding and support. For example, if you're feeling unsure about how to handle your partner's new relationships, let them know. They might reassure you that their feelings for you haven't changed. Or you might discuss boundaries that make you feel more comfortable. This kind of open dialogue can turn potential jealousy into compersion. Reframe your thoughts. Instead of viewing your partner's happiness with someone else as a threat, see it as an opportunity for them to grow and experience joy. Their happiness can actually enhance your relationship. For example, if your partner is glowing after a great date with someone else, try to see it as them bringing positive energy back into your relationship. Their joy doesn't take away from what you have together, it adds to it. Practice empathy. Put yourself in your partner's shoes. Imagine how they feel when they are happy and loved. Your empathy can help you share in their joy. For example, when your partner is excited about their new connection, think about how it would feel if the roles were reversed. If you were the one with the new crush or a fulfilling experience, wouldn't you want your partner to be happy for you? Practicing empathy can help you genuinely share in their happiness. Self-care. Take care of your own needs and well-being. A strong sense of self can help you feel more secure and less threatened by your partner's other relationships. If you're feeling neglected or insecure, it's harder to feel compersion. Make sure you're taking the time for yourself. For example, pursuing your own hobbies, spending time with friends, or simply practicing self-love. When you feel fulfilled and confident, it's easier to celebrate your partner's happiness. Celebrate together. Create opportunity to celebrate your partner's happiness together. This can strengthen your bond and reinforce positive feelings. Example, if your partner had a great time on their date, suggest doing something fun together to celebrate their happiness. It could be something as simple as sharing a dessert, or something as elaborate planning a special event together. The act of celebrating their joy can make it easier for you to feel compersion. So, to sum it up, compersion is a beautiful, enriching emotion that can bring a lot of positivity to your relationships. By practicing self-awareness, open communication, reframing your thoughts, empathy, self-care, and celebrating together, you too can cultivate compersion and enjoy the happiness that comes from seeing your loved ones thrive. I hope you found this episode insightful. Remember, it's all about understanding and growing together. Stay tuned. In our next episode, we'll explore jealousy in relationships and discuss effective ways to cope with it. Don't miss out on this important discussion. Thanks for joining me on this journey of understanding compersion. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. See you next time on Night School.